Okay, next question. Has the mainstream 50 Shades of Grey influenced the scene at all? Only in one way. It's made the subject open to discussion. That's it. The book was absolutely rubbish. The use of cable ties, oh my god. Use of cable. Anyway. And the reality is, the majority of DOMs are female. And Mr. Grey doesn't exist. And it's the only good thing about the book is it's opened up the debate and it put BDSM in the forefront. It's no longer such a taboo subject. No, it's not so underground anymore. That's all it's done. Okay. Not that they are like this, but with all of the greedy and rude subs, obsessed single-minded fetishists, flakes and no-shows, and other boorish behaviour you see, how do you maintain a positive view of men? Well, firstly, not all my subs or fetishists are male. Secondly, again, we go back to psychology. You've very quickly, early on in your career, learn who are serious when they phone you and who are not. You very quickly learn that some will phone you up to get a kick out of having you tell them what you're going to do to them, etc., etc. They go from dom to dom. We all know who they are. But at the end of the day, it is about psychology and their mindset. So yes, there are flakes, there are no-shows, but you can't put that all down to the fact that they are not decent. Some of them absolutely get petrified before a session. Oh, it's great being a fantasy, but when it comes to the reality of actually showing up and saying, this is what I want to do, some can't manage it, so they don't show up. They don't ring you because they're too embarrassed. It's not because they're being arseholes. Am I allowed to say arseholes? Yeah, I suppose I am. Then there are those that are only ever interested in getting a kick out of you over the telephone. There are those who want to top from the bottom, so they want to be dominated and they want to be totally subjected to the wishes of someone else, but they can't let go of the fact that that's what they do in life every day. They just can't let go of it completely. So they will write a scenario that they wish to enact, and it is to the smallest detail. This is what I would like to do. To the smallest detail, what they want you to wear, what they think you should wear, what they think they should wear. And you think to yourself, well, in this particular situation, if I did this session in this way, it is not a shared opportunity, it is not a shared session, it is I am standing here in my dominatrix outfit just doing what you want me to do, which doesn't really play with the game very well. So you can be dealing with it in two ways. Firstly, you can say no, go away, don't be stupid, I'm not listening to this, you're pathetic, you've achieved nothing. Or B, you negotiate, you, like I said about successful leaders in the past, you plant seeds, you open negotiations, and you come to a mutual agreement, which is life, really. And you then, in a way, are controlling the situation indirectly. That's how to work that one out. Obsessed single-minded. That could be anybody, obsessed single-minded. I think the obsessed single-minded is those who, for example, almost like stalk you. They have an idea of who you are, and they become obsessed with it, and they don't see beyond that. They don't see beyond what they need, what their wants are. Again, you've got two ways of dealing with it. They can bugger off, or you can work with it. It depends how much effort and mental capacity you want to put into it. Okay. Worst thing about being a dom. What is the worst thing about being a dom? You don't make lots of money out of it, you don't become a millionaire. No, that's not it. The worst thing about being a dom. I don't think there is a worst thing about being a dom. Maybe letting your professional life mix with your personal life, to the sense that you can't separate yourself from the dominatrix. That's probably the worst thing. But that's, again, experience and practice. Do you think what you do is normal? What's normal? I think everybody, including Kant, has been arguing about what normal is. What is normal? Well, according to, is it the World Health Organization's list, BDSM is still classed as a mental illness in some way, so they don't see it as normal, but that's changing because some of the Scandinavian countries are now eliminating that part of it. Okay, what is normal? There's no such thing as normal. Every psychotherapist, psychiatrist will tell you, is it normal for me to feel, no, I'll rephrase that. Do I feel normal doing this? Yes. Do I feel like I'm doing something wrong? No. Do I feel that it's taboo? No. Do I want to promote it? Yes. Do my clients sometimes feel that what they're doing is wrong and not normal? Yes. A lot of my clients fight within themselves about the social norms that have been instilled in us through society and the norms or what they feel is normal to them. And there is a big clash and it creates a lot of problems, and I would recommend therapy. A kink therapist, not those therapists that want to stop you from doing BDSM, but a kink therapist who understands and makes you feel at ease and makes you feel that what you're participating in or wishing to participate or fetishes are not something you should be ashamed of. You might not want to admit to everybody in the whole world, but you want to feel comfortable within yourself. That's why I would recommend therapists, and I know a few good ones if you ever need them. Do you receive as much pleasure as you give? Absolutely. Absolutely. Huge amounts. Yes. Alright, what interested you in becoming a dom? Right. Ever since I was very young, I have never found subjects taboo. When I was very young, I used to wonder why people had issues with different people. Someone was coloured or black, they didn't like it. Racism, I didn't understand why. It didn't make sense to me. As I got older and I went to university, I fought hugely and supported hugely LGBT movements in London, like Outrage, when I couldn't understand why people cannot accept people as they are. That led me to, while I was at university at Royal Holloway, thinking to myself, there are other avenues and other areas I want to go and find out and explore. So I went to some fetish clubs and BDSM events. A lot of them were then early 90s, quite underground. And I loved it. And I thought, my God, this is fantastic. Everything's brilliant. And that's how I actually initially started. As with everybody else, my needs and wants and what the society says you should be was a conflict, until I decided that after several years of teaching, I'm not happy. And I can't do what people want me to do. I can't be who they think I should be. I need to be who I am. In some ways it's made me quite lonely, because I don't have that many friends, and friends who I did say, look, I'm going to be a dominatrix, or years later you meet people and you say, look, I'm a dominatrix, I'm a professional. They're like, oh, never hear from them again. So I've got a very select few friends. The world isn't yet ready to accept everybody as an equal. So it does make life difficult, but I'm never going to be one of those people that lies to myself. This is who I am, this is what I enjoy, and this is what I'm going to do, and stuff it if you don't like it, really. So that really started at university, my interest in BDSM. Years later I met Master Dresda, whose studios where I used to work from, and he suggested that I start actually exploring the dominant side of myself, and he basically taught me everything I know, and trust me, everything I've inflicted on others I have had inflicted on myself, because if you don't know what it feels like, how can you understand what your submissive is going through if you don't know how much that's going to hurt or what emotions it's going to bring up. So when people say to me, oh, you're putting nipple clamps on, yes, I know how nipple clamps feel, trust me. Okay, next. What is the best thing that happened to you as a dom? An incident that you remember as being the best? There's been quite a few actually. Appreciation. Being appreciated by your submissives, really appreciated, is a wonderful feeling. Someone saying to you, thank you. I have quite a few cross-dresser submissives who find it so difficult that I actually hide. I shouldn't say hide really. I store all their clothes, shoes, everything at my place, so there is no chance that they'll be ever discovered. And the best thing for me is when you see the smile and how happy and how fulfilled they feel, even if it's for just an hour and a half, to be able to dress up and be themselves and relax. That to me is priceless, absolutely priceless. The same with submissives who want to go through fantasies of being a pony boy or something that's been going on in their minds for a long time, and they try to articulate to you what they want, and you finally come to a point where you both achieve what they want. And it's the expression in the face, it's the eyes that give you the thanks, as well as some submissives who send you gifts. It doesn't have to be a big gift. I have a book list, I read a lot, and sometimes it's just the book, but to me it means thank you. I really appreciate you for being there, because it's not just about you're going to have a session, I'm going to charge you X amount and then you're going to get out. It goes far beyond that. Even if you only see them once every month or once every 6 months, there is a relationship built up. You get to understand someone. So for me the best thing is the appreciation and happiness that your clients feel when you've ticked the box. What do I enjoy more? Professional play or personal BDSM play? Well, they're both the same, aren't they? I do this because I enjoy it. So both. Although, I have to be honest, I do keep my home life very separate from my professional life, and that is my escape. To be able to come home and there is no chains and hooks and, spanking things around. That is my way of keeping myself sane, in a way, of keeping work separated from life. So even though professional and personal play is the same thing to me, because I'm enjoying it thoroughly and that is my personal satisfaction, I have to say I do keep it away from my home. Okay. That's all the questions. Alright, I'm going to watch this afterwards, and I am absolutely going to be mortified at how embarrassing I look. So, no laughing. Okay. The next one is going to be an interview with Master Strokes about the realities of being a lifestyle master, the dangers of being a submissive seeking a lifestyle master, because there are a lot of horrible people out there. So I shall publish that date later on my blog probably. Okay, bye.